Hello, hello. Are we there? Yeah, we are. Hi there. Happy New Year to you all. I did say Happy New Year before, but it wasn't New Year then. So happy 2025 to you all. And I am starting off with a gorgeous, in my opinion, January card kit. For those of you who haven't been with us before, we introduced card kits quite a few years ago, but we have really vamped them up more recently. And we are looking forward to showing you this particular one because it features a brand new 6x4 Rectangle EasyFrame. So this is the smallest of the rectangles, and it is a common card size, both here and abroad, I think. But I'm actually going to be using it on a 5x7 card because I can. So I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to show you the frame. And I have cut it out today with a metallic type card because I just wanted to show you how beautiful it looks. However, the people that are subscribers to the card kits, and if you need more information from that, just message me on that one. They have completely sold me out of the first batch. So I'm waiting for the second batch to come in, and it should be with me around about the 16th of January. Therefore, any items that are purchased today, they will be, or sorry, I should say any kits purchased today will be going out from then. The people that have subscribed, your kits are all on the way and should be dropping in your door, maybe even tomorrow, because they were sent out on Friday. That is weather permitting, because as usual, our country is grind to a halt. Well, in places, not down here. We've just got rain. So that just remind you, if there are other things that you would like and you order them on the same order, please bear in mind that they will be sent out at the same time as your pre-order item. Okay, so let me just take this to one side and show you the gorgeous new 7x5, 6x4 rectangle easy frames. So there they are. We've got the usual format, which is a plain background, and then I've gone with the sort of basket weave. And let me just show you, I have already cut that one out because you can then see how beautiful an image that gives you. It is more debossed than it is embossed, which means that it's still nice and flat. We don't want bulky there. And so that's just to show you what it looks like when it's cut out metallic. But when it's cut out in non-metallic, it still looks as lovely. And we have got this as our card kit. So I'm not quite sure if you can see it here, which is why I cut it out properly. You can just about see it, I think, on this white frame. Okay, so what will you get in your kit? Let's show you that first. So you will get a gorgeous set of dies. So that is the brand new, only included in the kit, rectangle 6x4 easy frames, only available on Maximum Crafts. You will get a few bits and pieces of card. You will get a sheet of soft sage. You'll get a 7x5 card blank. You'll get a piece of white card. You'll get a piece of rainbow watercolor card. Now this will vary. There are 6 designs that you may get, one of which you may get, and they vary, but they're all this sort of pastel-y type of watercolor type card, like a background watercolor type card. And you will also get a sheet with 3 images from Katie Sue Designs of some decoupage. I have used the little teddy with the daffodils because I'm thinking spring, even if it's not round the corner just yet. Then we've got a little bunny holding some flowers, or a lovely teddy down here as well. I do have some other decoupage sheets and designs, so they're all available over on the website as well if you wanted to pop over there for anything. But let me show you what makes this card just a little bit different. So I've used obviously the one colour there of the background here. It is a diagonal fold, you can see that, but it's got a little bit of a cheeky inside, because inside we've almost got two cards. So I'm going to open that one up. Sentiment's going to go in the middle, and then this one opens up as well. So you can write your message, you can write a sonnet even, or maybe that's a bit much, in the centre there. You can have your sentiment on this piece, and then in all its glory is your 4x6 frame, and it's all ready to go. It's really simple. And I noticed on the, I think it was on the Maximum Craft subscribers Facebook page. So that's purely for the people that do subscribe to the kits. Lovely Dillis showed a picture that had taken her ages to do of one of the card kits that we had, and it is a little bit of a fiddly one. It was the one with the lights, and she said it took me half an hour, but it took her about 6 hours. Well, it was worth every minute. But we do like these simple ones, but that have just a little bit of a change. Okay, so just a little bit. So without further ado, let's do a little bit of cutting and putting together and show you how to make the January card kit. So we've got our coloured watercolour, rainbow watercolour, get that right in a second, and our 5x7 card. So I'm going to fold my 5x7 card in half, and I need to cut this diagonally first of all. So I'm going to do that without further ado. So in order to do that, you could take a ruler and mark it with a pencil, but I prefer not to have the bother of rubbing out the pencil marks. I'm quite happy just to cut it, but if you want to actually mark it, then please feel free to do so. So I'm going to take my point here, which is the middle of the card, and I'm going to cut it diagonally down to this point. Whoops, you can't see that. So from there, diagonally down onto here. So in order to do that, I'm going to line up my point here on that cutting, cutting bit, and the point down the bottom here, so that is, and you can't see that, that is just going to be on that cutting rim. And I'm going to make sure that that's as much as I can get. I'm going to start in the middle with my cutter, then just go up and down. And then that gives me the perfect scored and cut piece. I don't actually need this, but, you know, it's, you may find that you want a bit of scrap. Who knows? Who knows? Whilst I've got my cutter out, I'm going to, all my markings in there. Whilst I've got the cutter out, I'm going to cut my cards for the inside. So you can take your pattern from wherever you like, but please bear in mind that the vast majority of your pattern is most definitely a background pattern. You hardly see it. If I show you, you can see, yes, you do see a little bit of colour around the outside, but when you open it, you can see a bit there. That one you can't hardly see at all. It's just purely the background. Okay, so I'm first of all going to cut one of these pieces, and it's going to be 12 centimetres by 17 centimetres. So 12, bring this in, and 17. That's the first one. And then from this piece, I'm going to cut another piece, which is 11.5 centimetres by 16.5 centimetres. So that's just taking it down 0.5 centimetre all the way round. And then I'm going to cut this one diagonally as well. So I'm going to do exactly the same as we did before. And that is, oh, hold on, just realised I haven't got my other light on. Oh, it was a bit dark there. That is making sure that my point at the top is on my runner and my point at the far corner is also on my runner. Putting that in. and then I shall start my cutter in the middle so that I don't squash the points, these fine points, and I shall just run that up and down. And then I shall grab hold of it if I can. And I have got my 2 pieces to go on my card front. So let's pop them in already. So here is my card blank. So this one is going to go onto the front of my card here. So let's put that piece in. So a little bit of glue just to keep that there. And while I'm thinking about it, whilst I'm just sticking this down, you may notice a few little cheeky changes. I've been sort of doing a little bit more redesigning over on the website and also on the Facebook page. And I've already noticed that a few people have already said that they like them. So do go in and have a look. And if you like what you see, I just thought that for the Facebook page, there's a lot of people that have requested to be friends, which is lovely. But I don't, on my private page, I don't do any of my cards. It's all on the Maximum Craft group. And so that's where you need to go, Maximum Crafts. But I also think that it is absolutely the only place in the world that you can buy the EasyFrames. And so why not make a special part of it? So here we go. Here is our card front. Okay. So that is our card blank with our rainbow watercolour card already cut out and ready to go on that bit. Then I'm going to take my 1 piece here of white card. So you've got a sheet of white card. And I'm going to cut this along the short edge at 10 centimetres, giving you still a nice piece that we're going to be working with. And then I'm just going to trim that bit so that it is at 29 centimetres long. So it's only taking a little sliver off. And then half of 29 is 14.5. So that's where I'm going to put my score, scoring that in half along that long edge. Okay. So that piece there is going to be my card for my frame. Now, this isn't a 6x4 piece of card. As you know, it's 10 centimetres by 14.5. So it's a little bit smaller than your ordinary base card would be. But I will show people again. I've got some other bits and pieces that go so beautifully with the frames. But this is about the smallest size card that you could fit it onto. Okay. So I'm then going to take my frames and I'm going to pop that one, which was the smaller one with the herringbone on it. And I'm just going to trim a little bit of that off. So I know that I can cut that in a minute. But before I do, I need a very small piece of white. And it's just a scrap really. So I want this piece to be 7.5 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres. Okay, so we need that bit. And then I'm going to take my sage green, which is going to be the outside frame, trim that so that that is ready to go as well. And then just trim a little bit off of this, which is 8 centimetres by 5. So I'm just going to trim that, which is going to be for our sentiment that goes in the centre. And then I've still got enough from my green card here. And also I will have the middle as waste of my green card. And I'm going to cut a sentiment out of that. And this time I'm going to use a very old one. Don't think it's available anymore, but many of you may well have it. And it's the stacked Happy Birthday from Sue Wilson and Creative Expressions. So let's do some die cutting. So I'm going to bring in my mat here. So first of all, I'm going to pop a little bit of tape onto here and cut out the larger of the 2 dies. And again, only thing that you need to do and think about with these is what colour do you want your card to be. So I'm going in this case with a soft sage. But as I said, you can do that in any colour. And then I'm going to take the smaller one, which is the herringbone one, and I'm just going to take that in and run that through in just a second. So let's cut out the frame. That's obviously the outer piece. And as I said, you will cut out an inner piece as well. So you could, if you wanted, even cut out your smaller bits from there. But otherwise, that one is a scrap or extra bit. So I'll pop that into place. Put that back on my frame here. And then we've got this one, which I'm going to run through, and I will run through this at the same time. Crunch, crack. So you can see that this fits on here beautifully. Okay, so this is, as I said, a slightly smaller one. I'll show you a 4x6 card blank in just a second. It all fell apart as well, so I've got the white piece there, but you can see what I mean, and hopefully you can see that pattern. I think you can there. And that fits on there nicely. Also got, oh, can't get hold of it. I've got my sentiment here as well. I think that would look quite nice. So let's just, but if it can be for any occasion, I think, this card. And of course, this is just an idea really of what you could use these for. The 6x4s frames. There are so many different ones, and I just thought it would be nice to have a nice fun fold as well. So just pop these, take all the little bits out. Most of them time consuming bit is doing that. That's it. These were the pieces that I'm going to put together for the sentiment, and I think that that fits in there really quite nicely. So I'm going to put that together in a second. That goes there. Got all our frames sorted out. Just put my bits back together. That was the bit that came out from the middle there. Put them back on my desk tidy so I know where they are. And then I'm going to get my decoupage in a second. So let's put some of these pieces together as well. So I'm first of all going to attach my smaller or inner frame that I've cut out in the white card to my sage green. I think just the nice pastel colour just goes really well with this. So for those of you who are wondering about subscribing, the subscription thing, there is a separate page for subscribers, a Facebook page. But if you pop over to the Facebook groups, you will see all there is to know, or just pop us an email just to let us know that you're interested in it. There is no minimum or maximum period of time. There's no direct debit taking. It purely makes sure that you get the chance to get your kits first, and in this case before they've sold out. I ordered so many because I thought it would be popular. I've never sold out before I've even launched it. I do apologize about that, but the next lot is already on its way as we speak, so it won't be very long. And the good thing is that this isn't as if it's got to be here in time for Christmas. It's one of those things that is quite a, you know, could be used at any time, couldn't it? So I'm putting my frame on first because I'm going to put my decoupage piece in there. Just going to put this little bit together as well. So I'm just putting my white piece in there, leaving that with a little frame. And then a little bit, again, as I said, this could be for any occasion, But I think that the stacked happy birthday, or of course, you could do some stamping on here, anything you like for your sentiment. I just think it's quite nice to have kind of like a fancy fold, but it's really a very, very simple one. Let's just pop that. Thank you very much. I don't want a wonky pea. Don't forget, some thumbs up would be good. Along this bottom row, some few thumbs up would be excellent for me, if you can. All appreciated. Let's bring our card back in. So I'm going to put this card in first so that I can be sure that that is going to be hidden. And so when I put this in, this piece is going to be centralized within my background here. The only piece I'm going to stick down is this back piece. So I'm going to put glue onto here. So it's like having a top folding card, but that I'm actually attaching it to card. Now you can see what I mean about the fact that it's taken up virtually all of that background, and now you couldn't really tell what the background is apart from the pretty colours. So that's my flap piece. Open that up and now close that one. Okay, so in order to put these together, we're opening up this one, closing that one, and then I'm going to hide my happy birthday into the center. So if I put it on first, I might have put it on too low or something. There's a huge amount of difference you can have there. But I'm just going to put a bit of glue onto this bottom corner because I only need it on a corner. And I'm going to more or less central it within the background of the card that I'm looking at, if you see what I mean. Okay, so now that's attached purely to that piece, just to this piece. Don't put any glue on that bit because it will then stick to there and you won't be able to open this section. But when that closes down, you've then got your card like that. And then we're going to get our little decoupage. So, as I said, you will have a sheet which has 3 different things on there. So there's lots of different choices. You could, of course, just use the one piece and make even more than 3 cards. So when I say that, this piece that I'm just about to put on is the base. And it could be that I only use just that, no decoupage, still looks lovely. In fact, the center could really be perfect for anything, but that is a possibility if you wanted to do that. And then you've got enough to make some more cards out of these little bits and pieces. You've also got embellishments if you wish to use your daffodils separately. But however, I am going to make it into a bit of a decoupage. So I'm going to take this piece out, pick out the bits. It's all die cut ready. You haven't got to cut it. So for those of you who are sometimes alarmed at the thought of doing fancy cutting, which sometimes I find therapeutic and sometimes I find boring, I'm going to put a little bit of silicone glue on the back of this. You could use foam squares or any such thing that you fancy. So just putting, I'm not going to put great big blobs, otherwise it would be very prominent. And I don't really want it to be very prominent. Pick that up and simply lay that. So wherever the foot is, that goes exactly over that foot, etc., etc. And because we've got the silicone glue underneath, it's going to give you a little bit of dimension, which you can just about see, I think. And then I'm going to get the little bunch of daffodils. So I've got the 3 daffodils have been cut out, and I'll pop a little bit of silicone glue onto there. But as I said, you can use foam or just use the one piece, not anything extra. And that again goes exactly over the layer below. I'm not going to do any more. I'm going, oh, I suppose I ought to put his foot in. Can't have him with just one foot, now can I? Hold on. We can't have a one-footed teddy bear. Not to start the year off. I mean, it might get to that as time goes on. But for now, we better do it right. It's good quality card that I've used. I always use good quality card. And it's, yeah, it's just a really lovely thing. So there's plenty there that you can use. And as I said, it's all die cut. Okay. So I'll bring in my other one, which is virtually exactly the same, but with a different card, different colour background, but you can see the idea. So you've got your kit, which will include the die set here, which is the brand new 6x4 rectangle EasyFrames. The larger one is plain. The smaller one has that very, very fine embossed sort of herringbone type look. And then we've got, so it can be used for any occasion. You've got beautiful sheets, which may vary, of the rainbow watercolour cards. You've got sage card, you've got white, you've got the card blank, you've got the decoupage sheets, and everything that you would need. The only thing you need to add is glue and a bit of foam. Other than that, you have everything you need. When it comes to that frame, just going to bring in just need, hold on, I can't bring it in and I can't grab hold of it. So this is a blank, let's put them to one side just for a minute. This is a blank 6x4 card. It's actually a very pretty one. It's sort of got like a torn edge to it. And I haven't cut this. I'm just going to put the die itself. But you can then see that if I put that die, how that fits onto your average. I cut it a bit smaller for the card that I was doing. But if you were just looking at 6x4 frames, that's on your basic card. That is how that would look. With the frame, ideal if you're someone that likes to use up your Christmas cards that you've received just recently and cut out the image and things like that. I always think that frames and that work together, sorted. But yeah, so let me just bring in this other bit. These colours don't go together very well at all, but then just to show you what that would look like, not really silver and copper, I know, but the point is you can see what that would look like. So that's it on a 6x4 frame card. You don't get that card. I'm just showing you what it would look like in comparison. What you will get though is everything there, including the die set, and it is the only way that the die set's going to be available for the foreseeable future anyway. And you get all of that and the decoupage to set you off. Okay, so it'd be great to see some different bits and pieces as well for what you have got at home that you would like to choose and use for that. It's the first of our monthly card kits, and I am going to be throwing in more than one card kit at times, which I did before Christmas, and so I will be doing that as well. They are card kits that have everything included. They're not the blank cards and try and find what you could do with it. Our card kits have full written instructions which are sent to you by email, care of the lovely June Smith, who she will be helping me. Oh, I can just see that she's going to do the instructions for us tomorrow, so I'll be able to send those out to everybody that's about to get this at some stage, either tomorrow or Tuesday. And those of you who have ordered today, as I said, I do apologise, but it's brilliant that everyone is really loving it. So those people that have joined today, do not worry, you will get yours, but it will be a little bit delayed, something like 10 to 12 days time. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. I'll bring this back in just to remind you that is where you need to go in order to get the kits, and reminder that it's a pre-order item. And then down the bottom is another reminder that our next YouTube live will be on Wednesday, the 8th of January. Same time, same place. We are back to normal at 6 p.m. and I look forward to seeing you then. in the meantime, I hope you are safe and well. I hope that the snow or the water or whatever is not affecting you. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you to June in advance for doing her magic with the written instructions. And of course, you always have this video to look back to be able to decide and follow it from there if you so wish. Okay then, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care. And as I said, a very, very happy new year to you all. Thank you. Bye.